and welcome to another episode of Tribunal of the Grill. We talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brendan.
My name's Lena.
And my name is Will.
And today we are going to be hitting a couple little conversations. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be rushing through, not rushing, but we're gonna try to keep this episode pretty light because we got lives. And we're recording midweek, so
and it's super late here in
it's super late
time.
It's super late, so we're gonna try to power through this, but we still gonna try to make you laugh. We still gonna have a good time. We're still gonna make it enjoyable.
Yes. I mean, what's an episode without us making you laugh?
Exactly. Like, I mean, we would be, let me not say that because that's throwing shade. And remember, I said, y'all try to make me seem like I was a bad person last episode. So I'm not gonna, say it.
It was solely Will. I just did not disagree.
Y'all are both terrible. You are all awful. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. But just so that we are clear, we are on Apple Podcasts, we are on Google Podcasts, we are on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we are everywhere where you listen to podcasts. So please tell a friend, tell them to check us out. First of all, this is episode 99.
99, guys. Holy
99. So that means we ain't just like any other just little podcast being like, we're just here. No, we here. Like, we're here. We're giving you weekly content.
Yeah.
If you want to keep up to date, we're here.
I mean, also just to, might as well announce it now. After our 100th episode, we are going to take some time off.
Yes.
But do not worry. You still have 100 episodes to catch up on because I know you all have not been listening. So we'll be taking some time off, give you some time to catch up, and we'll meet you guys all back in the new year when we're fresh, bright eyes, and bushy tail.
Now, I will say, ignore the first couple episodes.
You know what? You need to grow with us. So check us out, listen to all the episodes, and see our growth. And see your growth.
This is true. This is true. Okay, you're right.
Remember where we came from, all right?
It'll humble us. It'll humble us for sure.
Exactly. So, yes. So definitely just remember that we're still here for you. We still have lots of episodes for you guys to catch up on, but we are going to be taking a short break. We definitely deserve it, and we want it, obviously. And
yes.
We are gonna be active on social, so it's not like you can't find us, not like but we just won't be here with our weekly episodes, at least not for a few weeks.
Yes. And we will definitely give y'all the date of when we come back. We will definitely post it on social media and let you guys know that we are going to be back, and in the day and all of that good stuff. We will tell you. I promise. But like Lena said, we are taking a smooth little break because we, as much as we love Power Rangers, at the same time, listen, we also, like I said before at the beginning of the podcast, we have lives. So
we do.
We have things that we need to do in our own personal lives. And, doing this podcast, although it is such a blessing, it's so much fun. It
rewarding.
is, we love it. It's rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, we also have things that we have to do as well. Just as adults.
Yeah.
We have to adult,
We really have to adult.
We have to adult.
Craziness. Yep.
Exactly.
But
so at the end, yes.
At the end of the day, you're right. We all have our socials, so you can follow Brennan, you can follow Will, you can follow myself. I am starting a YouTube channel also, so you can follow my YouTube channel. I don't know what's gonna happen on there, but we'll see. Follow along.
All right. Come on, YouTube.
Right? So you know what? yeah, so there's a lot. So don't feel like we're not going to be here for you. If you need a good laugh or if you just need a friend, we're still here for you.
We're still here. Amen. Amen. I like that. We are still here. Now, without further ado, now with this episode, we are going to be talking about some Amy Jo Johnson goodness. You know, we are going to be talking about Amy Jo and some tea that she released.
I'm impressed with her tea too. Impressed.
Okay.
Like I'm like,
okay,
girl.
Sis is working it out, and I love it.
Can I just say though too? I'm not sure if you guys heard this rumor, but like once upon a time, someone basically was like, Amy Jo hates Power Rangers.
I literally was just thinking that.
You know, like Amy Jo's want to be part of the fandom. Amy Jo this, kind of like what they're doing to Emma, you know, Emma Lahana, like Amy Jo this, Amy Jo that. And now she's coming with this tea, and I'm like, y'all, I just want to kick you on the butt now. Just saying.
Okay. And let's be very clear. The main reason that I can probably see that she wasn't as active as she was before is because y'all sometimes have to put yourselves in these, especially women, positions. And what a lot of y'all don't realize, and I know there are a lot of variables to this, so I understand, you know, and I'm not trying to come for a certain group of people or anything like that. But you have to understand that a lot of times, like in Amy's particular case, Amy had men from prison writing her. Like there were men from prison watching Power Rangers, and they were literally sending her fan mail.
Did she have an actual stalker?
Yes, she had a stalker before. No, like I think she had an actual stalker. I think she had an actual stalker. Like, I mean, like this woman has she has not felt safe. So and it's so easy. It's so easy for fans, just because someone isn't active in the community, it's so easy for them to say, oh, they don't like Power Rangers. Oh, they don't want to be here. It's so easy for y'all to say that, but you don't know what's actually happening in their lives to make them not be active. Same thing with Patricia. Same thing with her. It's and we pretty much know it was the fans that kind of drove her away. But, you know, it's like y'all really need to be mindful that a lot of times you don't know what's going on in these people's lives. And then on top of it, sometimes y'all just don't know how to act. Like, let's just call it what it is. A lot of times y'all don't know how to act, and it makes them feel extremely uncomfortable. And y'all get on social media and y'all try to publicly shame them and blast them, being like, oh, well, they don't like Power Rangers. Well, guess what? It's because of you. Honestly, let's be for real. It's because of you.
Are the problem. That's right.
You are the problem. Am I the drama? Yes, you are the drama.
Yes, you are the drama.
You are. And that's the sad part. And it's so unfortunate because I know these people want to be here. They want to be here. They want to come and say hi to the fans. They want to do this stuff. But it's just the simple fact that a lot of y'all just don't know how to act. And for some of you, I do understand it's a situation where some of you just behavioral, you may have behavioral, not problems. I'm not going to say problems, but because that's the wrong word, but you have behavioral, things going on, coming from a disability standpoint or, stuff like that. I get all of that. And I'm not trying to attack anybody or anything like that. So please I'm making that very clear. This is not an attack. However, at the same time, you have to also understand that, yes, these things may be true, but also you're still dealing with people. You're still dealing with these actors. And it is very easy to overwhelm people. You may be so excited and so just oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But that can be too much for some people.
Absolutely.
It can be too much.
I know exactly what you mean, Brennan. I don't think we ever talked about it on the show, but do you remember that one time we had this person that really got upset with me because I decided to remove them off my Facebook friend list because I've never been in life. And they turned into a situation of like me scamming people for follows or something like that. And I'm like, no, you were just too much for me. This person was constantly messaging me and trying to FaceTime me and just making new profiles and then doing the same thing all over again. Even though I never blocked the old one, it was just, I just never responded to because it got to a point where it was overwhelming.
Right.
And then they found me on social. They did the same thing on Instagram, and they did the same thing. And honestly, I just got to a point where I was so overwhelmed. So that's only one person. So can you imagine, like, you know, the actresses of Power Rangers, how many of you guys doing that exact same thing to her?
Yeah. And a lot of times it's not, like Lena said, it's not just one. Like, think about it. Like, she may have, you know, several of them doing that exact same thing, you know, and it's just like, and that's just for any female ranger. Like, it's for any of these actresses, because I can just imagine Ciara Hanna. Like, I mean, like, just in comment sections, the way some of y'all act, it's like, oh my God. Like, you're literally like salivating over how gorgeous. Oh, Ciara Hanna. Oh, Gia. Like, I mean, it's just like, oh my God. Like, chill out. Like, Christiani, same thing. Oh my God, her ass is so fat. Like, oh yeah, like, she's so hot. Like, seriously, like, I've seen so many just gross comments about her. Yeah. It's just like, come on, y'all, for real. Like, I mean, and
as if they can't.
Go ahead.
As if they can't see some of these things, because there's people that actually put these things under their photos.
Yes. Like, legit, you are commenting on their actual photos with them tagged, like, or hell, stuff that they're tagged in. Like, you're just being so obscenely gross, and it's like, come on, like. It gets overwhelming, and I can understand why a lot of times, especially the actresses, they're just like, I don't want to be here, and you can't fault them for it. You can't, like, you can't fault them for it when you act like this, like, you know, like, you really can't. You can't. Just saying, like, no one wants to be objectified. Sorry. I don't care how good they look. Like, they don't want to be objectified. It is what it is. Stop it. You know? But that's not what we're talking about. We're not going to talk about that. But we are talking about Amy Jo Johnson in particular and the news that she brought. We are also talking about issues 9 of both Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers. And we are also going to be talking about just some, end of the year stuff, what happened during the year, some expectations, well, not expectations, but things that we would like to see, for 2022, 2022, and, just stuff like that, just chopping it up. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So, the whole Amy Jo stuff, right? So Amy Jo Johnson was at a panel. I want to say it was, oh gosh, what's the name of that con? Emerald City, yes, Emerald City Con in Seattle, Washington. And she was on a panel and she was asked, a particular question from a panel goer who was actually, I think she was asking for her sister, I want to say. She was asking a question for her sister, and she basically asked, what would she like to see for her character Like, would she like to see something like, how was the question? It was like, what would she like to see for her character now, like in the present? Like, what would she like to see the character that she played doing now, or something like that?
I think it was something along the lines of like, do you see your characters in any other shows or something along those lines? And then where would you see your character now? I believe.
Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah.
And she answered that, first of all, Hasbro was taking, not Hasbro, Boom Comics was taking a little bit too long with this. And I just love her candidness. I love it. She answered that they were taking a little too long, but her and her boyfriend created a comic that Boom loves, that Boom Comics loves. And it is a comic based on a Where Are They Now / family reunion version of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. What are your thoughts on that? Like that? Wow. What is your thought?
I thought, like, what a coincidence, because we were just talking about David Yost basically wanting to do the same thing, but in live action form.
Right.
And then Amy is going to do this in comic form. So it's like, wow, like this is great.
Because her and David are like BFFs anyway. So are you surprised?
Well, so what a coincidence. I wonder if there's any cross between them.
I'm sure.
Or if it's totally just, their own projects that they're just working on.
I mean, it might be their own. I mean, it might be their own projects to work on, but they definitely had the discussion, because remember, we talked about this. David Yost definitely want Amy Jo to direct the live action film, right? Or the live action series or whatever it ends up becoming, right? So I feel as though they might have been playing ideas off of each other. And, it got to a point where, David's like, oh, I'll do this and you do this, kind of a dealio, right? So that's what I think. I feel like it's a coincidence in the sense that the stuff came out around the exact same time, but I don't think it was a coincidence they both did this, if that makes any sense. I don't know, because like, yes. And during her cameo one, she was mentioning that she was working on a project, and so I guess it's the project she was talking about, because especially in the pandemic last year, she obviously had nothing to do, but she was stuck at home, right? So yeah, so there's that. I don't know. But then the other thing is too, I'm also not surprised, because she did come back into the Power Rangers world with, the film and like all that jazz. And I know she probably wanted way more for her character than what was actually given.
Well, listen, I ain't gonna hold you, because as far as in the comic world, Kimberly has been getting a whole lot of love. So, I mean, to piggyback off of what you were saying, as far as in terms of like both her and Yost, like probably doing this at the same time, I do think that there was probably definitely conversation between the two. Because both of the projects, because like you're saying that, she mentioned on Cameo that she was working on something. David has been pushing this whole thing. I think that it was probably a conversation, but I definitely don't think that they're connected in any way. David, because I say that because David has been pushing Quantum Continuum since like I want to say the 25th anniversary. Like he's been like really trying to push this thing, and it just hadn't been going anywhere. Like he's been really trying to push this. So I think that this idea from Amy was probably something that was definitely more recent, or at least after. And then they probably, of course, they're besties. So, obviously they're going to talk. Like, I mean, it is what it is. They're going to talk about stuff all the time. So I'm pretty sure there may be some connections here and there. They might have some synergy going on, but I don't necessarily believe that anyone was inspired by the other, so to speak. I do think that that's probably a coincidence that both of them are like after they've gotten older kind of a situation. I do think that's probably more of a coincidence, but I think that's more of a coincidence, but I don't think that they're connected. In terms of Kimberly, not like, in terms of the character, maybe Amy, as far as acting as Kimberly, yes. But Kimberly, the character, she had her own comic. Like, Kimberly had Pink, like that whole thing of like what happened to Kimberly after, she went off to do the Pan Global Games. And it was a whole thing. Mind you, it was not a good thing, but it was a whole thing. Because I did not like that comic. I'm sorry. It was a no for me. But she did have a thing where it was just like it was all about her. So
she even wrote the foreword for that.
She did. She did. She sure did. So, it's just one of those things where I just feel like I'm excited. Like I'm so excited for this. And also at the same time, it's just like I think you already said this, but just it's the two perfect people for something like this, because you got David, who is obviously the director and producer, doing the live action, and you got Kimberly doing the comic. Well, not Kimberly, Amy doing the comic, and they're both like best friends. Like it's just like that is like the most perfect thing. So I like it. I am as like the whole idea of it is just so effing cool. Like it's just like I'm not even gonna hold you. I think that this project, and this is no shade to Yost at all, I think that this project in comic form will be the best bet. It will be the better version, in my opinion. If it's done right and it's written beautifully and it's written well, I think it will be the best version. And I say that because you have so many options to play with because you're not dealing with physical bodies. Mm-hmm. You're not dealing with physical people because we all know there's one person missing and she's not going to be here. So, it just gels better because you still have the spirit of her, especially if she's written perfectly and written eloquently. You still have her spirit there to where it's almost kind of like, even if they want to keep the character going and keep her alive, she's still there. Like you can keep Trini alive forever if you want. Like you don't have to, have her be, be gone just because Twee is gone. You don't have to. Not in comic form. She can be here forever. Hell, she can be here for 80 years if you want. Like, I mean, she can be here for as long as possible. Mm-hmm. She can be immortalized, whereas the actual actress herself, she's no longer here. So, you can do whatever you want as far as like where are they now kind of a situation with her. So I just feel like in terms of just the comic, I just think that it'll just be, I just definitely just feel like a comic would just be better anyway. Like with film, you're dealing with so many stipulations and you have to, you have to recognize that Twee is no longer there. You have to recognize it. So that's my thing. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Like, is this something that you guys are looking forward to?
For sure.
Definitely.
For sure, yeah.
I mean, hello, my hero is releasing a comic on her character. Hello, I'm here for this. Like, you kidding? I'm so here for this.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just so I'm so excited for this. I'm like, oh my God, yes, this is the idea that I am 100% behind. Like I am 110% behind this because don't let it be drawn like it's just don't let the art be just it's just amazing.
It'd be cool if it looked like them this time.
Listen, you in this if they look like
no. I'm like it. I'm over it now as far as the comics that we get now, but I think it would just be cool since this would be different. And this is not a part of that line. If they look like themselves, I think that would be cool.
Listen, as long as it's not like the paper cuts, I'm fine. Because the paper cuts, although some of them kind of look like them, they just had them look so bulky and crazy. I'm just like, no. Look terrible. Look awful. Even though they kind of look like them, they still look bad. So, no. But, I guess like, as long as they made some sort of like they made them look like them, but still stylized them to the point where like they look familiar, but not so much like them, I'm okay with that. Honestly, I'm okay with that. Because I mean, at this point, they're supposed to be parents, like they're supposed to be grown ass adults. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't mind if they don't look like the actual actors themselves. I wouldn't mind that. I mean, if they honestly give me a little piece of Go-Go with Billy's dad. Yes, that looked like Yost. Like if they draw them like that, where you can obviously tell that is definitely Yost, but also at the same time, he looks familiar, but he's not exactly like him. I'll take that any day. Like that was like I would say that would be the perfect look as far as how I would like to see them. Like that would be absolutely perfect because it looked like him, yet it was in a style to where it's like, oh, this definitely looks like him, but it's not like a portrait. Not like how we won our Lightning Collection figures. But anyway, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. But yeah, so I mean, I'm excited for this. I think it's gonna be great. I think that I just can't wait. I can't wait. So yes, Amy, we are excited, and also lest we forget, she is also out here directing things. Sis is directing Superman on the CW. You know what I'm saying? So listen, Amy is out here working, y'all. So she's working. Like I just don't sleep on her. Don't sleep on AJJ. Okay? Don't sleep on her. That's all. That's all we got to say on that. So we are gonna go ahead and we're gonna mosey on over to the comic realm. Whoop whoop. Ooh, pull over that. Too fat. So
okay, what?
I don't know these guys. Nope, don't know them at all.
Oh man. All right.
Sorry. I had to. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're gonna talk about a little piece of Mighty Morphin issue 9. Then we're gonna go to Power Rangers issue 9, right? So now, over 10,000 years ago, a moon in the A47 galaxy, we see a familiar place. We see a familiar place. What do we see? We see Bandora's Palace, aka the palace belonging to Rita and Zed. What? Now, obviously, they've been trying to give us a little bit of history, a little backstory so far, because we had the whole Zeo Crystal situation. And obviously, as you already know, season 3, where was the Zeo Crystal? Inside the Moon Palace. Mm-hmm. So they're making that little piece of connection and stuff. So we love them for that. And so they're talking to a little squid face motherfucker in a robe who ain't really saying shit, but little colored boxes. So obviously that must be an alien language.
Mm-hmm.
And so, who is talking to this alien, might we ask? It is Zardis. Oh, trifling ass. It's Zardis. And Zardis, now mind you, Zardis is actually very cunning. Zardis is out here being real like, ooh, twirling his beard. You know what I'm saying? Like he's running shit behind the scenes. And he brings up something, like he instructs the little squid face alien to do something very interesting. What does he suggest that the squid alien do? Anybody? What does he suggest that he do?
Enchant the Zeo crystal.
Enchant the Zeo crystal. Now, if we're going by the show, right? On the show, the Zeo crystal literally had the ability to, it could destroy anyone who was evil or ill at heart.
Mm-hmm.
And as we saw on the show, even getting near it, it was doing all the things. It was doing all kind of, projections, being like, don't come near it. Don't do it. It's sending out all sorts of little illusions, like everybody sitting there, ridiculing, trying to belittle, trying to down him, trying to make Tommy feel bad about himself, talking about he ain't worthy, get away from it, and all this stuff. But Tommy went to it anyway. And then he went and he grabbed it. And what happened? Child, that shit ran his ass through the ringer. Brought up all his old dirt about when he was the Green Ranger, destroying stuff. And he punched Trini in the face and, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we already know that the Zeo crystal, the enchantment spell, is designed to attack and thwart evil spirits. So that is what Zarchus asked the little alien to do, and it did it. And here he is looking at the crystal and the alien with a little piece of stank face grin, while this mug hand smoking. Like, I'm like, bitch, take him to the hospital or to somebody, nurse or something. This motherfucker hand is smoking. And he just sitting there looking at the crystal like, my guy, for real. So back at the ranch, at Angel Grove High School, in the present, you see a little piece of Zelia's human form, her face on a doggone a little tree, and she's missing, and it's so sad, right? Because nobody don't know where the girl at. Skull looking for his girlfriend, and he can't find her. He's like, "Tell me, have you seen her?" Oh baby. So Miss Appleby, first of all, I was like, wait a minute, Miss Appleby. First of all, is she teaching geometry? First, not geometry, pre-cal? Because this is a whole bunch of stuff on the wall. And I'm like, first of all, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers were not that smart. Let's not do this. They were not that smart. Like, and Miss Appleby ain't never taught no stuff like that. Stop this. But anywho, she teaching class. And, she's like, they had a little piece of assignment. You know what I'm saying? And Adam is like, my guy, like, come on. Like, what are you doing? And of course, they share a class with our Green Ranger here, Matt. And Matt was like, hold on. I have Ranger duties this weekend, so I can't do it. And she was like, oh no, you're good. You just turn it in. You just turn it in later. And he's like, no. I can do it. Don't get me wrong, but I just need a little bit. No, you're fine. You're the Green Ranger. You're fine. First of all, that is rude. No. Miss Appleby, you can't show favoritism like that. How do y'all feel about that? Because I feel some type of way.
It makes sense in terms of like him having that responsibility. Maybe it shouldn't be public knowledge. They could have like covered that up better. Like perhaps you would have thought maybe for stuff like this, he would have had some sort of meetings like with his parents and the principal to let them know that he'll have special provisions or something. But
here's my thing, right? Here's my thing. I understand he has to go to school and he has to do all of this stuff, right? I get all of that. He is now a Power Ranger, which means he is of the public, the public knows who he is. And I do kind of feel like there's a certain level of favoritism that will definitely be shown to him because of who he is, which is unfair to other students, because it's like, well, damn, like, why he get to have special treatment? I mean, I get he's a Power Ranger, but that's not fair. Like, you can't just up and just be like, oh no, you can do whatever you want because you're a Power Ranger. You, on the other hand, you ain't special, so you need to sit your ass down and do my homework. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not right to me. Like, I felt some type of way reading that. I'm like, now Miss Appleby, now girl, I understand. I get it. You were out there at on Power Rangers Day in Angel Grove Park, you know what I'm saying, clapping and celebrating the Power Rangers. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, if you remember the episode, it was Doomsday. But anyway, I understand you have an affinity for the Power Rangers, but also at the same time, like, girl, like, also be respectful and be mindful of your other students. Like, that's just rude. It's disrespectful. But Adam was sitting here like, so he can do it, but I can't. I mean, I got, I don't want to do it either. She's like, well, if you're not a Power Ranger, then you don't get to do it. And he's like, well, I chuckled because I'm like, yes, Adam, yes.
This was interesting because I would have thought that that's something that Rocky would have said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like Adam's, the more serious, shy one,
right?
And, Rocky is more reckless and like an airhead.
Listen, I'm actually happy that they gave Adam that line, because it's like it does kind of give Adam a little more nuance, where he's like, yeah, he may be a little serious, but also like he can be a little silly too. Because let's not forget, Adam was definitely the one who was like trying to figure out who the Green Ranger was. And and it was just so funny how Adam really was trying to figure it out and was dead ass wrong. I mean, so wrong. But he was really trying to figure it out. Which really adds a different flavor and a different coating to the character. Whereas, on the show, he was just real chill and just kind of even shy. Like he didn't really say much. It was just like the only time that he had anything to say was when it came down to martial arts, or that damn lantern. But other than that, because that baby was distraught when that lantern disappeared, honey. But other than that, I mean, Adam during Mighty Morphin really didn't have much to do or say. Well, much to say. He had a lot to do, but not much to say. So yeah, like I definitely like what they are doing with him. So then you get Kimberly and Aisha walking past Bulk and Skull. They trying to fight these little children because obviously these other children is over here filming stuff on the Power Rangers, and they trying to stop Bulk and Skull's OnlyFans, honey. And they like, you don't try to stop my coin. Don't try to stop my coin. And they're like, well, I mean, you need to come up with better content. Because I mean, we got the content that the people want to see. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, all right. And then, you know, Skull was like, I just want to see your footage that you have. And they're like, no. And they're like, well, I want to see it just so I can find my girl. You know what I'm saying? So I can see if my girl is there. And they're like, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So that was a little sweet little moment. I was like, oh.
Yeah. Oh, real quick, before we saw this altercation, Kimberly and Aisha are having a conversation, and basically Aisha's mom, she has like PTSD for the whole force field situation, and she's looking for houses back in Stone Canyon.
Mm-hmm. Which is very interesting because she is the one who leaves. She is the one that ends up leaving, not because of her mom moving, but obviously because she is, you know, in a whole different like a whole different country, like a whole different continent. You know, which was poorly handled. It was definitely poorly handled. But anyway, but it is very interesting that she said that, and I do think that Ryan Parrott did use that line on purpose because she was the one to leave. Aisha definitely was the one to leave. So I did find that very interesting. I found that very interesting that she was the one that said that her mom was like, child, I don't feel it ain't safe to raise a daughter here. No, honey. So so of course you got Aisha and Kimberly looking at the situation, obviously, and they're like, and Aisha's like, so I feel like we need to say something. And Kimberly is like, say what? That his girl is a blue ass alien? Like, I mean, the fuck? You know, like the fuck? What you want to say? You know, and which I understand Aisha, but I also understand Kimberly. Like, I get it. Right. I'm like, girl, no. Like, I get you want to say something, but also, what are we going to say?
I think what's also funny is like how like casually she's just kind of saying that. But can I just also say that when I was reading that scene, everything about it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I'll tell you why. They're going about their lives like everything is fine. Meanwhile, their friend is still missing.
Right.
God knows, you know, and I'm sorry to say this. It is all because someone had to bring up the stupid fan fiction with Laura said, and now I can't stop picturing it. And I'm so disturbed. So I'm thinking to myself, when this scene is going on, I'm like, what if your friend's being tortured?
Oh God.
Like,
oh no.
Like, I wish I did not know about this fan fiction. When I tell you I'm disturbed by him, I'm beyond disturbed. Anyways.
Oh no.
Oh my God. I felt like, but anyways, yeah, I felt some sort of way. But anywho, my main point is like, I thought that was really like interesting how they went about their lives. Not really doing all I'm sure that there could be more they could have done, or maybe they just done enough that there was nothing more they could have done. But it was just the way the casualness of everything was just sort of like, yeah, but your friend is still missing.
Yeah.
Why are you not doing everything you can to try to find your friend? Instead, y'all worry about how Matt is getting special privilege and casually strolling down the hallway being like, yeah, we can't really tell Skull that his girlfriend's a whole ass blue alien, possibly being tortured on another planet.
Well, I mean, what? So, you know, Zed has his own base, and there obviously has to be some sort of a plan in action to get there undetected and not, you know, be, you know, attacked as soon as they get there and possibly capture themselves. And until they figure that out, they have to go on with their lives. What else are they going to do?
Do more. Use Zorda's energy to find them. I don't know. Figure it out. You're all Power Rangers.
Listen, I'm with you. Like but also too, I do definitely feel like they could be doing more, but also it also goes back to like they could do more, but and I know they would if they could, but it's also like they could easily just storm the place and just go and rescue her like they tried to do, like they did the astronauts. They could have easily done that. But also this time around, they're also dealing with a Chaos Lord Zed. And if they were to try to storm the base to go save Zelia with that kind of power, they would definitely probably be defeated, if not killed. Like, I mean, that's a lot, especially dealing with like the Chaos Putties and all of that. Like, that's a lot. So, because like when they went and rescued the astronauts back in like the very first issue of Go-Go, that was easy because they were just fighting regular putties, and really Rita didn't really put up much of a fight. I mean, it was really pretty much just Goldar and that was it. But even then, they almost got their asses killed. Like even then. So because it was just so many putties that they almost got like they got jumped. They really just got jumped and they got teleported out with the astronauts like just in time. So, you know, it's one of those situations where if they go, like, they could storm the place, but at the same time, it's like, what are y'all risking? You know?
Oh, so for sure. Like, I'm not saying storm the place, but I just feel like there's not enough to be done, you know, to try to help their friend. And like I said, it's just the way they're going about their everyday life. It just seems so casual. And I get that they don't seem stressed out either. Like I said, right? They're not getting special privilege while Matt is. It's just, I don't know. I just feel like if it was me that was taken, I would like to think that my friends are trying to help me in any way they possibly can.
No, I mean, I agree. Like, I definitely think that there is something that, you know, could definitely maybe be done, or at least something like that, just instead of just being like, oh yeah, sorry, she's gone, you know, like, you know, like, can somebody like at least look like you're doing something, or try to figure something out, or something,
right. That's all I ask. Like, make it look like you're actually trying, even if you might not be, you know. So I think that's just how I felt. Like, I just felt like, and we don't even know how long the friend has been gone for at this point, you know. And it's from what Skull has been saying, it sounds like she's been gone for a while.
Yeah, like she's been missing for a while. Yeah.
So you're telling me that if I went missing, y'all gonna just casually go about your everyday life for like a few months? I don't know how long she's been gone for at this point, but obviously long enough that Skull is like, dude, where the frick is my girlfriend?
Yeah.
I think it was like 6 weeks if I seen something like that. I could be wrong, but it's still long enough, you know? Like, I feel like a day or two, okay, cool. You've done all you can. Like, let's, you know, go about our lives and then let's regroup and try this again. You know, I just feel like there should have been way more effort, but it doesn't feel like that. Doesn't seem like that. And if she could have seen to a, you know, like a Golden Globe or something like that, I'm sure she probably would have felt the same way. Like, you're telling me I'm stuck in here while y'all stressing about not having extra time off from school. Like, really? Thank you. I see how y'all love me.
Seriously, but also they were probably like, girl, we don't know you. Girl, we don't care. Like, I mean, shoot, we got our own problems. Like,
seriously, I don't know. So that was the only thing that like kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It could have been more effort. Like, I felt like there should have been way more than what was really given.
Okay, no, I see where you're coming from. I definitely see where you're coming from. These babies, they got enough on their plate. They are stressed. You know, the fate of the world, people's lives are in danger. First of all, ain't no way in hell. Me as a teenager, the way I would have needed so much therapy. Hell, I as a teenager already I needed therapy, and you want to add this on top of it? Oh God, girl, no. Like, these poor teens, I feel so bad for them. And speaking of feeling bad, Zelia ass is on the damn base, is on the moon, is in the Moon Palace, and she all caged up. And that damn squat and Babu come over there. They want to give her some food. And she was like, I don't want that shit. And, you know, and the thing is, what makes this scene so funny, what makes this part so funny to me is the fact that she is literally mind fucking with Squat because she knows how stupid he is. And this mug literally gets freaked out and runs away. Like, I'm just like, you are a straight up idiot. Like, you are such an idiot, and Squat is just sitting there Babu is just sitting there looking at him like, run away, just like, you are an idiot. You are such an idiot. Because she like threatens to like, she basically plays that little game of like, think of a number between whatever. And because everybody picks the number 7, like, and it's like this, it's actually a real thing. Where like I think they tested it with several people, and anytime someone said think of a number between whatever and whatever, people always go 7. For some reason, people always pick the number 7, and so apparently Squat did the exact same thing and picked the number 7, and he thought that she was in his head and got freaked out and ran away. Which I'm like, you're an idiot.
But are we surprised? Like, really?
I mean, no, we're not surprised because I mean, Squat is just dumb. He's an idiot. So, you know, we're not surprised. But then we're at the Angel Grove Dog Park, and the Rangers teleport into action. And you got Tommy out here talking about I apologize for the interruptions. We're the Power Rangers. My guy, we all know who you are. Like, anybody living in Angel Grove knows what the 6 color-coded spandex wearing, helmet wearing motherfuckers are. Like, we know you. We know you. And he's like, pardon the interruption, but here we are, and we're just trying to, like, we're here for your protection. And you got Billy, you know, with his little scanner trying to, you know, survey the area to see if there's any shape-shifting putties out there, any chaos putties. And of course, who they run into? Matt. And what happens? Then it becomes a dick measuring contest between Matt and Tommy. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was so stressed out at this part. This part stressed me out. When I tell you I was so annoyed, I was annoyed. Because when I tell you this whole back and forth between Tommy and Matt, and we all know it's just because Tommy is jealous that Matt had Kimberly first. Like, that's really what it is. And now he's wearing your costume. That's what it is. He had your girl, now he got your suit, and now you mad. Let's just call it what it is. You is jealous of this Matt boy for no reason. You are the White Ranger. You had your whole powers created. Like Zordon loved you so much that he gave his begotten power coin so that you can become the White Ranger and save the world. Like, let's stop this. Like, come on. When I tell you I was so stressed out at this part. I'm like, oh, Tommy, grow up. Grow up, Tommy. But anyway, Billy is scanning all the dogs. And this one dog that he scans, cute little doggy. And that dog grew up and punched the shit out of Billy. I was like, oh! Smacked the shit out of him. I mean, that poor baby fell, did a whole death drop and everything. And everybody was like, oh Lord, let's go help Billy. Oh Lord, let's go help that baby. And so they start fighting. And of course, it's Tommy and Matt trying to show who's dick the biggest. And while they're sitting there arguing, the big doggy monster almost ripped them in shreds, but the Rangers used the power blaster to defeat them. And
that was awesome because Tommy and Matt are still arguing, and as they're arguing, the beam from the power blaster goes right in the middle of them and destroys the super putty dog. And I have to think that Kimberly called for it because she's sick of those two.
No, dead ass. Like, I really feel like not only did she call for it, she probably wanted to shoot both of them with it. Like, I wouldn't blame her. I would have been like, can you just position it slightly to the left so they can kind of like clip the both of them? Because like, just shoot them. Like, just shoot them in the shoulder. Like, I don't want to blast them, like full on blast them, but like let the beam just kind of like catch them in the shoulder a little bit, kind of like, heat them up a little bit. So he can tell them to shut the fuck up. Like, I mean, it's just, they were so annoying. I'm like, oh my God. And of course, like, and of course, it's Kimberly who was saying this. She's like, are you two tough guys fighting each other? Or are you two tough guys fighting each other or the Chaos Putty? Because we've taken care of that. Like, Kimberly, you're great. I love you. And she's like, and you got Billy over here talking about it did feel a little overkill. No, it didn't.
Honestly, like showing Tommy that light just makes you dislike him even more.
No, seriously. Like, and there's something about, I agree with you, Lena. I agree with you 100%. I agree. Like, it's something about how Ryan is writing Tommy right now, where Tommy, and once again, I love Ryan's work, and I love how he is trying to make everybody feel three-dimensional and trying to give everybody nuance and trying to give everybody, things to do and ways to feel and all this stuff. I love all of it. However, what I don't like is how Tommy keeps trying to gaslight people. Because Tommy in this little piece of I'm so perfect that I'm going to try to gaslight everybody into feeling like, oh yeah, well, everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine. Yeah. Go team. Dude, shut the fuck up. Not everybody's feeling positive right now. Can you give me a chance to feel? Can you give me a chance to feel bad? Like, can you give me a chance to feel scared? Like, dude, like, get out of my face. And like, I just love that you have, especially the women, because Kimberly and Aisha, they've been on that ass. They've been on him like, no, you're going to get out my face. Like, especially Aisha. Like, it's like, no, you're going to sit down and you're going to get out my face. Because it's just like Tommy, he can't read the room. And I don't know whether that's a side effect of the white light or what, but he just can't read the room. Like, he doesn't know when to shut up or when to sit down. And it is exhausting.
Yeah.
Like, it's so exhausting, and it makes me hate his character because it's like, dude, like, you just don't know when to chill out. Like, you don't know when to be like, all right, let me actually take off the leader mode and actually be a friend. And I noticed that is something that even the show did. Even the show did this. And that's why I love Ryan's work so much, because there's times in the show that literally he was always their leader. Always. Like, he was always in full on, I am a Power Ranger mode. It was never, I am Tommy Oliver, your friend. It was never that. It was always, I am the White Ranger. I am the Green Ranger. I am the Red Ranger. This is who I am. I am the Black Ranger. This is who I am. but it was never, I am Tommy Oliver and I want to be your friend. You know? So I do like that the comic is actually leaning into that. And I hope that, my hopes is that what the comic does is it helps him to realize that, dude, you need to calm the fuck down and you need to be human for once. Be human. Like, actually be a friend. Actually be a human being to the people that you're with. Instead of always trying to be Mr. I'm perfect leader, be a friend. So I'm really hoping that the comic really does really does lean into that. But anywho, so you got so then they get a little phone call. So then Billy gets a little phone call, right? He gets a little call. And it's like, all right, report to the command center. And Billy is like, oh shit. Here we go. And Matt is like, is it because of me? Ooh, that part tickled me. And the other Rangers disappeared, but Billy didn't go.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
That was crazy. Zordon's being petty for
real petty.
Yeah, for teleporting everybody but him to the command center. And it's like really? I mean, we're about to get more in a minute, but
Child. Like, Zordon is being an ass right now. He's being an ass. And, you know, this poor baby. So then, you know, let me read you exactly what Zordon old bitch ass said. Rangers, after much deliberation, who the fuck you talk to? Talking about after much deliberation. Who you talk to? Alpha? What Alpha gonna say? Anyway, that just annoyed me. But anyway, talking after much deliberation. Woohoo! But anyway, it has come to my attention that Billy was behind the disappearance of the Dragon Coin. Furthermore, he was actively working behind the scenes with Grace Sterling to revive the Green Ranger powers, despite my reservations. Then he goes on to say, for now, I am restricting Billy's access to the command center and all other vital areas. However, as we need the Rangers at full power, he will remain on the team until a suitable replacement can be found. Really? Really? Really, Zordon? Really? We talking about the same Zordon that got Grace and her, that just sent Grace and her team to a mission on the moon and got like 3 out of 5 of them killed? Are we talking about the same Zordon who keeps giving them information after the fact, or when they desperately are almost about to die and it's like, oh yeah, you got a weapon that you can use? Are we talking about that Zordon? Oh, you dead ass? Like, when I read this, I was like, Zordon, you are the shittiest mentor I have ever seen in my life. Like, you are awful. You are terrible. You are terrible. And it's like, and everybody's like, yo, Zordon, like, I mean, I get that he did something bad, but I mean, give him a slap on the wrist. I mean, that's really it. Like, it ain't that serious. And he basically is like, you know, Rangers, when I was a guardian of Elto, I did not always agree with the decision of my superiors. No, you were their little lackey. You were their lapdog. You were their ass kisser. But anyway, I rewarded their trust in me by showing them faith and loyalty. Exactly, because you were their lapdog. You were their butt kisser. That bond is what protects the universe. And once that bond is broken, it is nearly impossible to repair. You, sir, are an ass. You're an ass, Zordon. You're an ass. That's all I have to say. You're an ass. So then, everybody's looking like, yo, dude, like, you tripping. But then all of a sudden, Zartus, the supreme guardian of Elton, come popping his golden ass in. And, you know, Zordon is like, you know, Zordon and him having a little conversation, right? They're catching up like old buddies. First of all, not them reading each other. I'm like, y'all sit here roasting each other though, because I ain't gonna hold you. That shit was kind of funny. But you know, they're talking, they're having a little conversation. And Zardes comes in. And he's like, I want to bring y'all into the fold of the alliance between Earth and Eltar. Because y'all been fighting this war for too long by yourselves. And y'all look like y'all need a little bit of help. Ooh, child.
First of all, I don't trust this man at all. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, why could you have helped sooner? Second of all, why are you coming out like now here, but you're also part of like the whole Zeo Crystal situation? I don't know. Something's fishy.
Girl.
Do not trust you one single freaking bit.
Oh, he's messy. You can smell it on him because literally we already know that he got something up his sleeve because clearly he was the one talking to the little piece of Imperial with a little Hartunian head or whatever on the last issue. So we already know, like you doing some shit. Like there's something going on, and listen. Something don't sound right. Something like the old people in the South say, something in the milk ain't clean. Something in the milk ain't clean. I don't like that. Something's wrong. Now he talking about we gonna bring y'all into the fold. Bring us in the fold, all right. We'll see what you talking about. So everybody seem all like, yeah, we gonna get some help. Oh yeah, we gonna get some extra help. All right now. Y'all ain't gonna get what y'all really thinking y'all want.
No.
But so we gonna go to the moon, right? We're gonna go to the little moon palace. And Zelia doing a one-arm push-up. I'm like, girl, you a badass, because I can't even do both arms. I can't even do one push-up. She's doing one by herself.
I can't even do one on my knees.
Okay.
Oh, God.
I struggle. I'm like, what
struggling. I'm weak as shit.
And she hasn't even eat.
Okay. She ain't ate nothing. Sis is over here like 46, 47, 48. Girl, you doing almost 50 push-ups on one. Girl.
Empty stomach cardio.
Now, I wonder if she gonna sit here and run and go with her cousin and cuss her out for a shake. Like and she gonna pull the Izzy and cuss her cousin out because she ain't gave her shake. Shoot. But girl, Lord Zed come walking up there. And he come in here with his metal cod piece. Like
oh,
and he's like, you ain't gonna trick me, like you ain't gonna do me like how you did squat, girl. I'm not the 1, the 2, the 3, or the 4. And so Zelia was like, well, let's do this. So she tried to get him. You know what I'm saying? And he pinned that ass to the wall like, girl, I will beat your ass in here. Like, do you know who I am? Girl, I will beat your whole ass. But that ain't what I want to do. I promise you. I promise that ain't what I want to do. I don't want to beat your ass. And she was like, so go ahead, torture me, kill me. I don't care. Like, you know, I'm going, you know, you kill me. Like, I'm gonna die regardless. Like, go ahead. And she's like, I would never betray Eltar. And he's like, Now, Zelia, I ain't got no intentions of hurting you. Girl, that was never my intention when I captured you. I didn't want to hurt you. You're free to go.
That sounds so weird and wrong at the same time. We already know. He's got something to plan.
Exactly. Like, it's like, now, Lord Zed, come on, my guy. Like, come on. Like, we all know that you ain't just kidnapped that girl just for shits and giggles. We know there is a reason as to why you kidnapped her. Like, come on, dude. But he's like, no, I ain't kidnapped you just to hurt you or to try to kill you. No, you're free to go. And she's like, but
if I was free to go, why the heck am I in a cage?
Okay. And
then why did you take me to begin with?
Why did you take me to begin with? Like, so what was the point of this? She's like, I don't understand. So
I didn't get this brainwash either.
Me? Right. She's like, you're gonna brainwash me? Like, what you want to do? Like, what was the point? Like, what was the reason? What was the reason? And Laura Zed was like, no, girl. No, simply I'm just gonna tell you a story from a long time ago. Child, so you brought this girl to the Moon Palace just for story time? Girl, for tea and crumpets?
I mean, you could just send me a proper invitation.
You could have sent me an email.
Right? Like a proper invitation, and I would considering you in my schedule. Considering.
Girl, you could have did FaceTime. You could have done anything. Why would you kidnap me just to be like, I'm gonna tell you a story? If you don't let me go and stop playing, but child, we gonna find out what that story is that he told her in the next issue 10. Ooh, child. Ooh, Lord. Oh, messy, child, messy. But we love the mess. Speaking of mess, issue 9. But before we do that, so before we go ahead and get into issue 9 of Power Rangers, just real quick, what did y'all think of Mighty Morphin? Like, what was it given? Was it given for you?
Honestly, it was like the slowest shit ever. I'm like, really? Like, Laura said, if you're gonna do something, you know, like, and Tommy being all like, I can't believe man is better than me. You know what? He is better than you because he's not whining about how he's better than you. He just is.
Facts.
You know?
Facts.
Like, I don't know. The whole thing, that whole issue just dragged. I was just kind of like, when is this shit over yet with? Like, give me the good parts. And then, of course, with the Zordon's friend, like, what are you up to? Why are you being so shady? And I don't understand how Zordon just doesn't see right through him. I thought he had all the powers in the universe to detect evilness. I'm just tired.
Girl.
Like, give me some goddamn answers today. No, yesterday. Don't play this mind game with me like, oh, yeah. Like, you know, Laura said, I kidnapped you for shits and giggles. No. Tell me what the frick you all want.
Period.
What is it? You want a battle? Okay, let's battle. You want the moon? Oh, well, we can consider that. What do you want?
What do you want? What do you want?
Just tell us.
I had fun with this one. I thought it was like meaty. There was a lot in there, a lot to like digest. The Tommy and Matt stuff is that has to come to a head at some point. I doubt they'll have a fight because of some of the stuff that happens later. There won't really be enough time to do that between each other, but I'm wondering what it's going to look like, you know, on the other side. Like, are they going to be cool? I just, one of my favorite things with this issue was Kimberly purposely almost blasting them with the power blaster to get them to like just calm down.
Listen, I wanted her to shoot him. Shoot him! Since they act like they don't get it, shoot them.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot. Because they just doing the most.
And the drama with Zordon and how he's feeling about Billy, I actually really like that too, because it adds drama to an otherwise like usually things are all good and like flawless between the dynamic of the good guys. So to see this is cool because we've been waiting for so long for Zordon to find out what was going on.
This is true. Well, listen, we are at that hump where now we are about to get to Power Rangers issue 9. Now, first of all, this issue, I have to be honest, this issue, I felt the way Lena felt about about Mighty Morphin, I felt about Power Rangers. I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, woo, child, this was a struggle. This was a struggle to read. This was a struggle. But at the same time, there was definitely a lot of table dress and a lot of setup. A lot that I was like, ooh, I wonder what they're gonna do with this, or I wonder what they're gonna, where they're gonna go with this, where they're gonna go with that kind of a thing. So, but we gonna get right into it because, we got to see what it's given, right? Mm-hmm. So, mind you, we just left, the Hartunia. We just left the planet Hartunia. And, the Imperial came and just wiped everybody out. Well, everybody who was there that wasn't on the ship. And, they are trying to get to, they're trying to get to the new place. And so the people are asking, they're going, well, where are we going? What is this place? And Zach is like, we're going to the Safe Haven. Now, Safe Haven, if y'all all remember, Safe Haven is the place that it was the place that hosted a lot of battles. The Safe Haven has seen a lot of shit, okay? So I'm just saying, I know Safe Haven is supposed to be a good spot. It's supposed to be a place of protection. But however, this place has seen a lot of drama. But anywho, so they go ahead and they get to Safe Haven. And mind you, as we are here, we see a headless emissary. That's not funny. But anyway, so Zach is just basically giving the people instructions, just basically, letting them know, go ahead, settle down, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got y'all, this place is going to protect you, that kind of thing, right? So basically he's talking to one of the leaders. And he's like, he goes, sorry, Akron is usually the one who greets new arrivals, but he ain't here right now. So, just go ahead and make yourself at home. And one of the Hartunians go, no apologies is necessary. This is more than adequate. And, he bought some little pinto beans, some little pinto roots, as they call them. And he was like, if there's a place where you want to plant them, you can. Just as because we don't want to just come to your house and not bring anything. You know what I'm saying? We want to be hospitable, but we poor. So this is all we got. All right. And, Zach is like, of course. Thank you. And, and basically that baby just told him, he was like, this is all that is left of our civilization. And I'm just like, oh, y'all just got some seeds? Like, damn, that's fucked up. And he's like, and the books I was able to gather, and just some books that I was able to gather from my shelf before I left, I can't help but think I should have read more. Ooh, child. Ooh. Mm. And then poor Zach was like, you may not have all the books and the seeds you want, but you've got people. And that's all that matters. I'm like, oh. Zach really cares about these people. And that just this is the first time that we really actually see Zach being vulnerable. Because, like normally we just see Zach as like the comic guy, the funny guy, and that's it. But seeing Zach actually be vulnerable is like, oh, it's really sad. So, he's feeling away. And you used to get this little girl. This little girl, she's running, right? She's like, Akron! Has anybody seen Akron? And she go peeking into the boudoir. And she see a little bird man standing in front of some armor with a sword. And she's like, hey, my friend Zach is here. He's looking for you. But also the Hartunians are here. And Birdman is like, yes, I know. With a sword. I'm like, ooh, child. He is ready to cut some ass is what it is. Birdman is like, look, I'm ready. I've been ready to square up with these hoes since they got here. Give me a minute. So Trini is, standing there looking all buff and ready, child. Trini looking like she ready to beat some ass. And she's like, she's like, clear your mind. You have to focus on the source of the moment of transformation. I'll try it again. And she's trying to reawaken. She's trying to, awaken this stoned emissary by punching him in the chest with her transformation powers. And she keeps punching him and yelling Omega Earth power. And Draken, is sitting there looking at her like a creep. And it's like, you have to push harder. Again. And I feel like I'm just like, dude, are you getting turned on by this? Like, my God, like, what's your problem? But she's just like, I've been doing this shit forever and ain't nothing happening. So, and he's just like, look, you wanted to find out how to defeat the Imperials. I told you that you got to contact the Yellow Imperial and the Yellow Emissary. So, because that's the only one that knows. So, that's the only way you can connect with it. So, you're just going to have to deal with it. Trini getting frustrated. And she's like, look, I'm tired of punching this damn thing. And he's just like, well, that's all you got. So, the red emissary's body is supposed to act like an antenna to connect with the yellow. And you are the key because you have to connect to the yellow emissary and you have the power of the yellow Omega Ranger. So keep punching. So he walks away and leave her by herself with her and she. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, you see a little green girl hiding out with Yale. Now, her and Yale are having a little moment. They had, I really didn't like the storyline. I really didn't. I didn't care for it. I'm not gonna hold you.
That was weird.
I didn't like it. But anywho, so she's trying to crawl up the tree, right? And she wants to get the jellyflies. She want to catch some jellyflies, child. And she's climbing and climbing and climbing. And of course, like children do, they fall and they bust their asses. So she fell down, right? And she's like, oh, I'm so stupid. And child, she's like, well, you're not from here. Do you want to go home? Child, Yale picked her ass up and run off. And she's flying in the wind, looking crazy. Child, first of all, this shit look fun. Not gonna lie to you. Because Yale is just like Yale got her little green ass in the wind, and I know Yale running fast as shit. Child, the way I've been like, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. But no, she is not. She is not amused. So, mind you, you got Zach over here trying to be hospitable, being like, over here is the coffee shop, over here is the grocery store. Now, make sure that when you go into the grocery store, make sure you make eye contact with the lady at the front, because if you don't, she'll cuss you out. Make sure you have correct change, because they don't have change right now because we in a change drought. So if you want to buy something, make sure you have correct change, or if not, just go ahead and give them the whole dollar. You know what I'm saying? Just basically kind of like just letting the people know what's up. So as he's doing this, this little child comes over. I don't know if it's a child or not, but we're gonna say it's a child. It comes over. It's like, excuse me, Mr. Ranger. And he's like, what you want? He's like, my name is Heather. Like Heather. And I don't have any friends, but I heard you have a robot. Do you think he might want to be friends with me? Girl, she don't want to be friends with you. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That robot don't want to be friends with you, baby. They don't like you. They don't like nobody.
Right.
But Zach talks to the little girl, and he's like, my robot is actually sleeping right now, but I'm sure he'll want to be friends with you when he wakes up. Zach, why you lying? Now you're going to have that little girl go up to that robot just so it can cuss her out. Now, why would you do that? So then all of a sudden, we see some Hartoonians running. They hauling ass. And he's like, what's going on? And you got Birdman in the arm. And he is like, Hartoonians, hear me now. I am Akon. I'm sorry, Akron, Lord.
Akon.
Sorry, I am Akron. Sorry. I am Akron. Excuse me. Son of Ingvar and High Sword of Cersina. By the law of the Kestra law, by the order of the Kestra law, I invoke the right of Novik and demand retribution for all of those Cerseians who died by your hand. And Lord, them people is shivering in their boots. Child, them three eyes just a blinking in terror. Because they don't know what the hell going on. They scared. And Zach is just like, yo, chill. Like, yo, chill out, dude. And he's like, no. Zach, you know you my homie. You know I love you. You know I love you. You know I care about you. But for right now, bump all that. You got to step to the side. You got to step to the side. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I got to get to that ass. And Zach is like, nah, bro, I can't let you do this. I can't let you do this. So Zach goes ahead and he transforms. Omega wind power. And child, they get the tussle. And Akron is just giving Zach the work, honey. And he's just, and poor Zach just being like, listen, I understand you and your people were wrong by the Hartoonians, but they are innocent. These people are innocent. And the ones who you do have a problem with, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, it's been forever. It's time to let it go. It's time to let it go. And poor Akron is like, hell no. I've been waiting for them at the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, he had the head cocked to the side and everything. Like Miss Foxy, I've been waiting for you at the door. So Zach goes ahead and he knocks poor little Akron down. And so Akron is just like, you know, the Hartunians will pay. And I'm not the only one that the Hartunians have wronged. Child, you see a whole gaggle of motherfuckers coming up like, yeah, you wronged me too. They wronged me too. And child, Zach is like, ah, shit. Oh, damn. So we got Draken over by a door. And he's talking with Saba's head for whatever reason. Like a psychotic idiot.
Out of his mind.
Child, I feel like all that shit is fake, to be honest with you. I feel like it's fake. I felt like it was fake. But anywho, child, Draken get on my nerves. But anyway. So, you know, he's trying to open up this little piece of door. And Jason, because he knows what's on the other side of that door. I think he knows what's on the other side of the door. And what's on the other side of the door? The empowered? Are they the empowered people? The empowered, right? Is that what they call it? So. Yeah. So they're on the other side of the door, basically. And, you know, and he's just sitting there laying on the door and got his face all pressed up against it like an idiot. And you got Jason coming up there in suit. Like, yeah, try it if you want to. I'll beat your ass. And so he was like, I wouldn't touch that if I were you. She just polished it. Plus, if they find you trying to break in, well, you might just end up in there permanently. And Draken is like, I know the rules. I was just admiring the vault's remarkable craftsmanship. Like, oh God, shut up, Draken. Anyway, so he's like, he and Jason are trying to have a conversation. He's trying to schmooze Jason over, obviously. He's basically, Draken is trying to play mind games with everybody, trying to win everybody's trust. The only people that he's really actually gooping and gagging is Jason and Zach. Trini is the only one that is like, boy, if you don't get out my face. Like, the rest of them are just like, they are letting Draken get under their skin and they're letting him goop and gag them. And it's like, why are y'all doing this? Y'all know that's not Tommy. Like, y'all know it's not. So stop letting him like twist and turn y'all all kind of way, but whatever. So of course, they're having a little piece of conversation, and basically, you got, you know, basically it's just a tug of war. It's just a tug of war conversation, and you know, Draken hits below the belt, and he goes to say, "The Jason in my world couldn't beat me." Now, first of all, I ain't gonna hold you. If he would have told me that, the way I would have had to go to the ass, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I would have had to beat his ass. Like, all bets off, my guy. Like, all bets off. But anywho, so Draken trying to get under Jason's skin, trying to get him to fight him. Zach beeps in and he's like, we got a little piece of situation. So now you got Akron and a whole bunch of other mad mofos ready to beat all the Hartunians' asses. Jason comes and tries to intervene, and you know, and he tries to back up Zach. Everybody, all these other guys are like, yo, we about to go, we about to square up, bump the bullshit. I don't care. We about to fight. let's get it over with. And Zach is just like, yo, if you want to kill them, you're going to have to get through me. And Akron is like, bet. So, like, so, you know, Zach takes off his helmet. And he's like, all right, go ahead. Take me now. But all of this violence has to come to an end. And if I have to be the one to bring it to an end, then so be it. So Akron is like, all right, then. And he drops his sword right past Zach's face, cutting him, getting that good old human blood. And Akron says, it is done. Blood is spilt. And the Novik is satisfied. Yes. All right, we can go home, y'all. Bagger! And they leave. The way, I'm not gonna lie to you, the way this whole part gave me such anxiety. I'm like, y'all dead ass? So you literally just gonna cut my man's face and then be like, all right, we're done. We're going home. You dead ass? So that's basically what happens. So, meanwhile, back at the ranch, we got Trini still punching this dead ass red emissary. And finally, she gives it one good old Mega Earth power punch. And what happens? Oh, she turns into Storm. Eyes white. And she goes into the ether and finds the yellow emissary. And now she's talking to him and he's like, well, Omega Ranger, you have my attention. Child. Then all of a sudden she comes right back and falls on her ass. And everybody's like, well, damn, girl, that was fast. And there's like, well, what just happened? Jason come running to her, and she is like, they said something. They told me, do not seek me out, for you bring nothing but death. Oh, shit! That don't make... Listen.
I was like, yo, she worked so hard just to get that message. I could have told you that.
Just to get that message.
I could have told you that.
Listen, that yellow work that she worked so hard just for the yellow emissary, just to give her a fortune cookie reading. For real? Girl, you ain't told her nothing. The yellow emissary told her, girl, leave me alone. I'm not trying to be found. Leave me alone. Ooh, child, that was so funny to me. That tickled me. Child dropped her ass off. Dropped her ass off, honey. So obviously we back at the ranch. We back with a little girl and Yale. And so Yale, drops her off. Well, he has her with other people, other, aliens her age. They're playing. And obviously, Yale wants to, Yale want to play, Yale want to join the reindeer games too. And child of the aliens being mean. And one of the little boy who keeps hogging the ball, being a little asshole, being a little shithead. And mind you, Yale, wants to play, and the little girl is there. And, they start throwing rocks at Yale. And so instead of the little girl jumping in to protect Yale, because Yale is her friend, or at least supposed to be her friend, she picks up a rock and throws it at him too. When I tell you, I was like, fuck her. I was like, I want something so bad to happen to this little girl, because I don't care. It is big fuck her energy, because no, Like Yale was legit her friend. Like legit trying to be her friend. And just because you found some other little alien kids you want to play with and they're being mean to him, that just automatically elects you to just automatically be mean to him too? Girl, fuck you. Like, I was so annoyed. And plus, I was annoyed with her anyway. I was annoyed with her whole storyline. I just didn't like her. Like, her face is long, her ears are pointy, she's ugly. I'm just like, I don't like her. I don't like her. So, yes. Yale ran away and he looked sad. The end.
That was such a strange ending.
That whole issue is just like the first issue for me. Long and dragged.
Yeah, it was definitely. I definitely was not. Was I pleased?
No. Like, we didn't get anywhere. We got nowhere. Like, okay, with Trini, like, she spent literally the entire issue just to be told she's basically no good. And then it's just everything. And obviously Zach is all like trying to defend these people. Whatever, that's great. He did his deed, but it took so long too. And of course, the ending with Yale and that little girl. I'm like, that little girl needs to get out of here. Like, what? Like, what? No. No.
This one was weird. Like, it felt like a more thin issue because I don't feel like as much was really going on here. Them having this whole Yale arc, that was weird. And then to end the issue with that was just strange to me.
Yeah, it wasn't given. To me, it wasn't given what it was supposed to give. I was not, no. Yeah. I wasn't pleased. I wasn't because that little girl got on my nerves. Like, everything was fine except for that one part for me. Everything was fine. Like, I could have dealt with everything but that part. That concludes our, do y'all want to rate these, by the way?
Well, I'm giving it a 1 if we're going to rate it.
Well, both of them. Damn.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't want to rate them both?
1. Is it even necessary?
Well, damn. Will, what about you?
Mighty Morphin, I thought it was solid. I'll give it a 3, but Power Rangers, I'd give like a 2. It wasn't like horrible, but it wasn't. Like you said, it wasn't given it wouldn't need to give.
So I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna say the same thing as you. I'm gonna say 3 for Mighty Morphin and 2 for Power Rangers because, like, Mighty Morphin Mighty Morphin did tell a very good story. Like, the story for Mighty Morphin was very good. The only thing that I did not like for Mighty Morphin was just the whole, like, that whole thing with, like, Tommy and Matt beefing with each other, trying to see whose dick is the biggest. I mean, I personally feel like Kimberly would probably say Matt's, but whatever.
Wow.
Just saying.
I side with you there because you can tell she was just like, we already know the answer to this. I'm not going to answer that.
Okay. And plus, I'm sorry, but, like, it's just, to me, comic Tommy is just giving such little dick energy. Like, it's just,
I agree. I agree. Oh my God, I'm with you there. Like everything, I don't know. I just find him to be so awfully annoying. I just can't handle him. I'm like, no.
He's overcompensating.
He is.
He is legit overcompensating. And it's like, my guy, you literally are the strongest ranger right now. Like, you literally fight monsters by yourself. By yourself. You can take on monsters by yourself because you have a power source that is unlike everybody else's. Like, I don't understand why you still feel so insecure about yourself. Like, why? Like, you have everything. You have the girl, you have the power. Why are you intimidated by this guy? Why?
I wonder if they're going to give us a like an explanation for why he is the way that he is, because he is quite unlikable.
He is,
I feel
very
more so than the TV version, like all the gaslighting and stuff.
Seriously, like, like, I just, the thing is, like, and this is one, and just like I was saying earlier, like, a lot of this stuff is really Tommy. Like, it really is. It's Tommy. It's the TV show Tommy being put in this situation. And honestly, I could see TV show Tommy doing this. I really could, because he, like, the characters are so alike. Like, this is literally Tommy. Like, when I say Ryan Parrott has Tommy down perfectly, like, he really does. Because I can see TV show Tommy doing and saying the exact same things and acting the exact same way. And it's just, like I said earlier, it's just that, like, literally Tommy was their commander. He was never really their friend. So it's like he doesn't know how to act like a civilized person. And it's just like, my guy, you have everything. Why are you sitting here acting as if, like, it's almost kind of like he has everything, and, like, just because somebody comes in and gives him a little run for his money, now all of a sudden, like, he's acting as if somebody's trying to take everything from him. And it's like, my guy, like, all dude has is your power coin. Like, he's like, like, Kimberly is obviously still in love with you. So it's like, it's not like you're being threatened. So it's just like, dude, you're acting up and you're acting out for no apparent reason. And then with Power Rangers, I'm just like, child cheese. Like, that whole little alien girl, she messed up the whole comic for me, to be honest with you. I understand it's definitely table dressing for what's to come, but she messed it up for me. Because when I tell you, that little girl got on my nerves, she got on my last nerve, child. My last good nerve. But anyway. So, we're going to go to our last little piece of conversation for the night, child. And we're going to talk about what we would like to see. I'm going to open the floor. Just go for it. Like, what would y'all like to see? What do y'all want to see in the future?
Obviously, movie news. I'm definitely whatever the next steps for the show are, because there'll be various, iterations of the show coming up. Oh my God, this is like a hope of a really good Power Rangers video game, like open world. Ugh, that would be so cool. What else? That's all I can think of right now.
Okay. What about you, Lena?
I'm actually really interested to see where Hasbro and Netflix will take the show and how far it would go, and hopefully it'll be a lot better. And I'm obviously interested in seeing what the new season's going to be like or who they're going to choose to adapt. And I would like to see Boom actually reveal this whole Amy Jo comics. That would be pretty darn cool.
Amen.
Right? I'm like trying to think what else. Like, I think that's what I can think of. Oh, hopefully we'll get announced on that animated series that they've been talking about too.
Yes.
Like that would be really cool. Yeah, I think like that's all I can think of at the moment. And hopefully we can all get back together for Power Morphicon at some point. That would be fun.
Right.
Oh my
right.
gosh.
Not forget
Yes.
about that.
Right? Like there's that. That's supposed to happen this coming year anyway, so we'll see if it will or not. Hopefully. I mean, I know with I know with you guys, everything seems to be pretty open and things are great. I mean, for the most part here, things are great too in Canada for the most part. But obviously we'll see because our prime minister is a little bit more anal about we're still wearing masks, we're still doing all the things and etc. So we'll see. But I think, for ourselves, for our podcast, I think it'd be pretty darn cool if we just somehow like went viral one night and just hit it really big.
And when you say hit it really big, what do you mean?
I mean, like flood of like new subscribers, new listeners, new supporters. Maybe hopefully someone will reach out, want to do a brand deal with us, sponsorships. I don't know. Just just manifesting here.
Okay.
See what happens. So yeah. So that's my like predictions for 2022.
All right. Ooh. Listen. Now I don't know what would. First of all, I don't know what I would do if that was that.
Like I don't know. Like the reason why I say hit it big is you never know. Like how like you hear TikTok, you hear like YouTube videos, and we are on YouTube, right? And then someone just like suddenly goes viral one day, and then that was it. Like I don't know. I'm just manifesting it. You never know. Maybe one day, one episode really just hits people right. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. Universe, hear me out. Yeah. Like I know, like they always say, don't compare yourself to other people, but obviously when you see other people, you're like, how the heck did they get so big? So what are we doing wrong or what are we doing right? I don't know. Maybe we're just not hitting the right point. I don't know, but maybe we're just not saying out loud what we really want. Who knows? But so I'm hoping that we be we're more exposed one day.
Okay.
With the viral situation, right? But yes, but what do you want, Brennan? What do you think?
For me, I would love. Well, first of all, in the in terms of Power Rangers, in terms of the show, or even just in terms of the franchise itself, I would love to see the show progress. And now that we are on Netflix, I don't feel like they are, restricted due to, Nickelodeon being like, oh no, you have to do it for the kids, whatever bull, Nickelodeon might have over them right now. I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping for the show to actually, because we also know, like, let's just be honest, like, we still definitely have some people, some higher ups who just feel like, Power Rangers can't be upset with each other, or Power Rangers can't, the only time that Power Rangers can be mad with each other is if they're under a spell, or, they can't be humans. They can't have feelings, So I'm hoping that they break out of that dumb shit. And, you know, actually have them be people. Like, have them actually be, you know, actual human beings with feelings, and just really just acknowledge the fact that, yes, we have problems. Yes, I may have I'm not going to always like you all the time. Hell, and I may not even like you for a whole episode. I might even not like you for 2 episodes, but we going to make up. You know, like, you know, let it be some beef, you know, like, because I mean, that's real human interaction. That's what I want. Real human interaction in the show. Let these people be human beings for once. So I would love that. I would love, I mean, the action in the show has definitely stepped up. Like, it's stepped up a lot this season. But I'm not gonna hold you. I was looking at Wild Force. Now, don't ask me why, but I was. I was looking at Wild Force, but actually, I'll tell you why I was looking at Wild Force. So, just so you guys will know, Power Rangers EO, the full season, is now on YouTube. Whoop, whoop. So you can go there and you can watch it for free. It is on the Power Rangers official channel, so definitely check it out. But also Wild Force is there too. So I remember I was watching Power Rangers EO, and then like, literally, like, you know how, like, the episodes don't queue behind each other. Like, if you're like, say for example, like, if you watch the episode out of order, and the next episode doesn't queue automatically, it'll just go to whatever next thing that is queued up after it. So it just so happened that Wild Force was queued up after it. And it was an episode where Toxica and Gendrax were in their monster forms. Like, they weren't in their regular org form. They were monsters, that they were like in their monster forms. And they were fighting each other. When I tell you, that was some of the best choreography I've seen in Power Rangers, as of like it was. I did not realize that the choreography in Wild Force was that damn good. I didn't realize it. I'm like, wait a minute. I know I haven't seen Wild Force in a long time, but wait a minute. Wild Force had choreography like this? Like, it was just, I was thoroughly impressed. And I'm like, we haven't seen that level of choreography, of fight choreography, in years. Like, actually, since the show has been brought back.
Yeah.
Like, that is crazy. Wild Force was delivering that kind of level of fight choreography. And we haven't seen that intense level of fight choreography since the show been brought back. Like, that is mind-blowing. And I'm just like, get us back to that version of Power Rangers. Let me be very specific. I don't want Wild Force. But that kind of intense fighting choreography that pulls you in, that makes you go, oh my God, like, oh, ooh, yes. You know, that is what I want. I want to be excited for the show again, is really what it is.
Yeah.
I want to be excited for it. I want to literally just be excited to turn on my Netflix and be like, yes, I am ready to watch this show. And don't get me wrong, Dino Fury has had me there. Don't get me wrong. I have been thoroughly excited for Dino Fury. But there's still a level of apprehension that comes along with it. You know, because it's that I've been burned so much that I'm just waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Yeah,
you know,
that's fair.
So I'm not going to be thoroughly like 100% satisfied until the show is over and I can actually go, oh my God, I cannot believe this season was actually really good. Because I felt I had the same energy, I had the same level of excitement for Dino Charge. And then Dino Supercharge came, and then I was ready to throw my phone. I was ready to throw my phone out the window because I'm disappointed, you know? So I would love to see the show just be great in that way. I'm excited for what's to come with the comics. I'm pretty sure there's rumors out right now, that maybe a certain leak may have happened.
Yeah.
A certain leak happened where a certain team is going to be introduced into the Power Rangers universe. A team that everybody has been wanting to see for years. And we might be finally getting them. So I'm extremely excited for the new Power Rangers universe next year. And I know that Boom is going to do a wonderful job with them. So the comics, I know we're going to get good with the comics. I know this. The Eltarian War is already shaping up to be absolutely wonderful. Not afraid about that. In terms of the podcast, however, honestly, what I expect from us, to be truthfully honest, if I'm being honest, I'm only expecting us to get better. I'm only expecting us to keep going, to keep striving, to get better. Honestly, I'm just expecting just great things to come out of this. Honestly, and I'm not even looking for it. I'm not like, of course, I would love, if something was to happen, if we were to become, become something great. Don't get me wrong. I would love for that to happen. If it doesn't, also wonderful, because at the same time, we're garnering a lot of listeners, a lot of people who are just as passionate about the Power Rangers as much as our show. Because it's always a pleasure to get fans who are just devout listeners, who and that's really what I would love, is just to get more and more fans that are just as passionate, that loves the show and that loves our show. And just wants to just keep listening, wants to keep reposting us and getting other listeners who also want to keep listening. That is what I honestly hope for next year. Just to build that fan base and honestly, get to a point where, we are at a place. We don't have to have the numbers. We don't. But to me, it's all about quality over quantity. There we go. That's what I wanted to get to. Because I know I talked in circles. Quality over quantity. That's what I want, honestly. If we can get listeners that are just as passionate, that just want to just support us all, like always, that sure does beat, to me, it beats having millions of followers who don't really support us, who are just liking our stuff, or just like, or just, just there on the page. I'd rather have people who actually are communicating with us and who are actually like listening to the show and actually giving us feedback and things of that nature. So yeah, that's what I want for next year. That's what I'd like.
Hopefully we get to meet some of those fans at MorphaCon if that goes, off without a hitch this time.
Well, I mean, you already met one, so I mean, Mr. Superstar, somebody just found you and was like, "Oh my God, Will! It's Will from Tribunal of the Grid! Oh my God! Oh my God!"
Well, it wasn't exactly like that. But that was cool.
Will's like, I wish that's what really happened.
Right. Like,
if it happened like that, I would have been like, I don't know how I would have reacted because I don't like attention.
Oh my god!
oh my god!
If that happened to me, I'd probably just walk the other way.
Wow!
Don't know you. Don't know you. This is getting much. I don't know who you are. Why are you approaching me?
Wow! Y'all are terrible.
No, that's
Y'all are
honestly,
awful.
that's really how I would react. Mostly
You're
because
socially
like
awkward.
I was just gonna say that I'm pretty socially awkward too. Like I'm very like I might seem so pleasant in person, but in reality, I'm like having anxieties. I'm like, oh no, a person's approaching me. Oh no, what is happening? Pretend like you didn't see them.
Oh my god! Wow! Y'all are terrible. Y'all are awful.
Oh my god. No, if I'm being honest, the first time we even met, you looked around at me and I'm like, oh no, pretend like you didn't see you.
Oh my goodness. I cannot. No, but it was actually funny though, like when we actually first met, because I remember it was you and your friend.
Yeah.
And like, I kid you not, I'm not gonna lie to you, because I came to Power Con by myself. Like, I was like, I'm just gonna come here and I'm just gonna meet people because I'm by myself and I don't want this to be lame. And
of course.
And I ended up meeting Lena, and I'm not even gonna lie to you, like, it really did change my life and that's why I'm just like, honestly, and I understand how like people be like, oh, I came to cons and I like met people, I met longtime friends, from the community, and I can understand those stories.
Yeah.
Because literally I had that happen with Lena, where it was just like, oh my God, like, I just came there by myself, like, just,
Right. Not like, honestly, like, I didn't even expect to be making any lifelong friends that day either. Like, it was just me and my friend. She was only there because of me. And it was my first experience. I didn't know what to expect. I was just kind of like, I don't know. But I just remember, like, we kept eyeing each other in line.
Right.
And I was like, I'm like, at first I was like, it's something on me. Like, I feel like something's on me. Or I'm like, wait, don't tell me I look like freaking Sailor Moon.
Oh my God.
It was TJ. No, what's TJ's real name?
Selwyn.
Yeah, someone literally asked me if I was dressed up as Sailor Moon.
What were you wearing?
That's a funny thing. I wasn't even dressed up. I was just wearing a skirt. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I will tell you I will send you a picture afterwards, but like, okay, no tea, no shade. When he explained to me how I looked, I kind of see what he meant. So I was wearing a skirt that was blue and it had a big bow at the front, right? And I was wearing a white t-shirt, right? Like no sleeve, like crop top. And then I happened to have a necklace that actually kind of looked like a half moon on, like one of those like statement necklaces. So I guess when you put it all together, I can kind of see where he was coming from, but it was just a pure coincidence that I happened to even have that outfit on. I wasn't even dressed up, like I wasn't cosplaying. Yeah, it was pretty embarrassing when I had to explain that to him, and he was pretty. I don't know if he was embarrassed by it or he felt bad that he was just kind of like, oh, my bad. Like, I thought you were dressed up. But I was like, no, nope. This is just how I look all the time. And funny enough, I was obsessed with that skirt. Like, I loved it. I wore it all the time. And obviously, ever since he told me I looked like Sailor Moon, I was like, well, I'm never wearing these pants again. Thank you.
Wow.
I don't want to be mistaken for Sailor Moon again.
Listen,
I mean, nothing wrong with it. Just didn't want to be mistaken for Sailor Moon. Were we lining up to meet someone that day too?
Yes, I was. And that was the funny part. It's because it was like I was literally lining up for someone.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, hey, Selwyn. And it was funny because like I want to say I took a picture with him. I want to say I did. I think that was the same year I took a picture with him too. And like we were in line together.
Yeah.
And like that's how we ended up meeting. And I'm just like, because it's funny, I actually that same year, I met Selwyn in North Hollywood. Like just walking randomly. Like I remember I was just minding my business and I was like, ooh, let me go pay my phone bill real fast. Normally, I don't pay my phone bill like that because I was like, you know what? Like, I'll pay that thing when I get home. I'll just go ahead and like get on the app and pay it when I get home. But something told me it was just like, Brandon, go ahead and go pay your phone bill, baby. Go ahead and pay your phone bill. So I said, okay, fine. So I went and paid my phone bill, and I was on my way to T-Mobile, and I saw a familiar face, and I was like, he looks familiar. Damn, he looks familiar. And I was just like, is that Selwyn? And I was like, Selwyn. And like, he turned around and the look on his face, it was so hilarious. He just, when he saw me, he was like, oh boy. Like, the look on his face was like, oh shit, here we go. And I'm just like, no. I was like, hi. I just wanted to say hi. That was it. Like, that was all. I just wanted to say hi. And he was just like, oh, well, hey, what's going on? And it was so funny because like literally, like he literally stopped and we had like a conversation for like 5 minutes. Legit. Like we legit had like a conversation. And that to me solidified it for me. I was like, I like this man. Like I legit like Selwyn Ward. Like that's a good man. Because like, even though I was being a creep, I was being a creep. I was being that fan. But
you know what though? Honestly, like you were saying hi, you weren't even asking for much. Like some people are really weird about it. Some people are like, oh hi, can I take a selfie? Like I feel like that's a little bit much. The least you could do is just say hi and call it a day. Why does it always have to be like, let's take a selfie, you know? So I don't know. I just feel like, in all fairness, you didn't ask for anything. All you wanted to do was say hi, which I totally get.
Yeah. Like, and that's really all it was. Because literally, I was just like, hi. That's all I wanted to say. I just want to say hi. And he was just like, oh no, you're good. Like, what's going on? What are you up to? And like, we're just having like a whole little genuine conversation. It was really cool. But yeah, so like, you know, I told him, I was like, well, I'm gonna be at ParmouthCon this year. He's like, all right, cool. And yeah, like I ended up, you know, seeing him that year, and that's how I ended up meeting Lena. And yeah, like I definitely love that Power Rangers and ParmouthCon, and I'm also hoping that we do get to go to ParmouthCon next year because
yes,
you know, it'll be my first time our first time meeting Will.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that's so crazy that we haven't met. Oh, I haven't met you two yet.
It is so crazy. Like whenever I tell people, they're like, "Wait, you haven't met?" Well, I'm like, "Nope,
no,
never met him a day in my life in real life." Yeah, we have a whole
never met.
podcast with him.
Okay, we talk to this mug every week, and we have never met.
Every week, like try daily, guys. Like, let's be honest here.
Well, yes. Yeah. I mean, yes, this is true. Like we talk daily, and the thing is, like I've been talking to Will much longer. Like literally, like I've known Will almost just as long as I've been in LA. Not even gonna hold you. Wow. Like I've been knowing Will for a very long time. Like since I want to say like since 2014, 2015, something like that.
No, next year will be 10 years.
You're right.
Really?
You're right.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Holy shoot.
It'll be 10 years.
Holy shoot.
Yep. It'll be 10 years that we will have known each other.
So basically, you guys have spoken to each other for the last decade of your lives. How do y'all feel?
I still can't believe 2012 was about to be a decade ago. That's just what?
Not crazy.
That's crazy.
Right.
12 was a decade ago. Or
Right.
will be a decade ago.
Oh. That's crazy.
You know what? I'm just more shook that like I was reflecting on this a few days ago because like we're talking about the 100th episode and everything like that. And I was talking to my friends and I'm like, yo, can you believe it? Like I had a whole podcast with these two guys for almost like 3 years, or is 3 years. Like,
yeah, it's 3 years going on 4.
3 years going on 4, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm so shocked. Like, what the heck?
And then like we've literally done over 100 episodes because of those lost ones.
Lost episode.
Right, the lost one.
That would never actually get. That's okay. You know what? It was probably like it had probably meant to be the way it was.
Right.
I'm just saying, it was probably meant to be the way it was. Like everything happens for a reason. Those I consider those as trial episodes, you know, because I feel like when we finally came back and up and running for real, we were much clearer on what needed to be done, what needed to be said, and we had a whole schedule. So I don't know. I just felt like it was more clean, more get together, more, you know, like I guess organized, right? So I feel like
agree.
They happen for a reason, right? So it was what it was. It would have been funny to be able to hear back some of those shenanigans that we got into, but
girl,
there's probably a reason why they were lost. Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now, like just thinking about some of those old episodes, we were saying some shit, okay?
We really were
talking that cash money shit in them old episodes. But also, too, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, let's be very clear. We were also saying this during Ninja Steel. So, I mean,
yes,
I try to hold space because we were talking about, we were talking during a time where we weren't really getting a good show.
No.
So, you know, we were very harsh.
So it's probably a good thing.
The nicest way I can say it.
Yeah, it was probably a good thing because I'm pretty sure we probably would have been canceled before we were even a thing. Because there are some people that really like Ninja Steel.
Okay, like we were not kind, like at all.
No, so everything happens for a reason.
Okay. So, you know, it's good that we actually did go through the growing pains and actually got to where we are. It's actually good that we did. It's good that we went through this. Now I will say we struggled. We struggled to get to where we are. We did. Because we had to get our time frames together. Child, remember all of our little piece of interview with Sam Benta, and we up late at night.
Yeah.
Late at night. Like it was like what? And we had a time change that day too, I remember. Oh my god, me and Will.
Wow.
I think we're like at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. And then you were like 1:12, maybe 2 in the morning.
I'm outside because okay, so let me tell y'all a little bit of tea that y'all probably don't know. And well, no, y'all didn't know. Actually, y'all didn't know this little bit of tea. So at the time, I was living, because I've already moved by now. But at the time, I was living in a different part of the neighborhood that I live in currently. I was living in a different part, and I was staying at a house, but the house did not have good internet. Like there was certain parts of the house that was good, and there were certain parts of the house that was bad. And the part that was bad was where I lived. So I would have to literally leave the house to go and record at the community center outside, you know, up the street from my house. Because if I tried to record at my house, like literally there was like like there was so many trees that was blocking everything that I couldn't get a good cell phone reception. So I had to go all the way down the street to the community center. And mind you, a little history about my neighborhood. It used to be a cruising spot. Now, if you're asking what cruising is, it's exactly what you probably think it is. And it's not, oh, I'm just driving slow through the neighborhood. That is not what it is. It used to be a pickup spot for, people who want to get busy. People want to have a little fun, and fun, when I say fun, I mean fun, like, sexual fun. So, there would be times where I would be recording and, people would drive by real slow. Especially if it was on the weekend, people would drive by real slow and kind of like look in my face just to kind of see what the tea was, just kind of see what it was giving. Being like, ooh, let me see if he gonna bite. And I'm like, no, baby, no, keep it pushing. No, I don't want it. And like, I would literally have to like not, like I would have to record, but I would also have to like, fight with them too. And the gag was, there was one night, actually it was during that recording, where a guy was like on his bike and he literally thought I was outside, looking, in quotes. And he stopped his bike and was literally just like looking at me. And I couldn't say anything because I'm literally interviewing Samuell Benta. I'm literally interviewing this man. And I'm like, this guy on this bike is staring at me and it's creepy. So yes, the things we have to do for this show. The things we had to do for this show. I almost risked my safety. But
I mean, not even just that, but some of the things we hear during the show.
Okay. Some of the things we hear and child, some things we hear and some things we can't say on this show because child. There is some things. But yeah, I mean, honestly, this show has truly been a legit blessing because I don't think that we could have gotten the things that we got and the information that we got and had the fun that we had we not done this. So
absolutely,
I am definitely right. Like
absolutely, 1,000%. You kidding?
Seriously, like I am just so thankful that we're doing this and that. Hell, even with the tiny platform that we do have right now, which I know is going to get bigger, like that's just
it will.
That's not even
that's not
not even a thought. Like I know it's going to get bigger, but even with the tiny platform that we have right now, I am just so grateful for everyone that does listen, for everyone that is like tuning in every week. I'm just like, thank you so much, and. You guys have no idea how little, and I mean, we say it a lot, but seriously, like you guys really have no idea that like, we just started this we started this podcast out as like literally just, oh, we're just doing this because we just want to talk about Power Rangers, literally. Like, that's how we started. Literally. That was it. Had no idea that it was going to literally become this. Had no idea.
No idea at all.
No.
So, like, I mean, we've interviewed so many actors, just had so many special guests on the show. Like, it's truly been a legit blessing. It really has. And honestly, I can't wait to see what next year has in store because I'm sure it's going to be even better next year.
For sure. And especially if like we can even start going to conventions next year. Oh my God.
Right.
So much fun.
Because I'm not gonna hold you, like with all the people that we've interviewed, I want to see them like literally like in person. Now that we've interviewed them,
right?
Like I want to actually like walk up on them and be like, hey, like, hey, I know we just talked on the we just talked via computer or via Zoom or whatever, but here I am. How you doing? Hi. Like I can't wait for that. Like it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
So excited. Oh,
Yeah.
no wait. God.
Seriously. And also too, y'all, like for real, our final 100th episode, we definitely have, it's definitely going to be a treat. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I really do think it's going to be a lot of fun. And I can't wait for you guys to hear it. I can't wait for you guys to, to enjoy it, because we probably gonna make some people mad. Some people gonna be like, no, I don't agree. I don't agree. I don't like it. No. But you know what? Listen, I all I know is I just want everybody just to have fun with this last episode for the year. And we're gonna try to go out of 2021 with a bang. So please definitely support next week's episode. I promise you guys, you will definitely enjoy it. And we have a special guest coming, hopefully. Hopefully. And yeah. So I hope you guys really do enjoy it. And just like Lena said earlier, continue to support us. We really do appreciate it. And we are going to end this, huh?
We are going to end this, but I do want to say something.
Go for it.
If you guys want us to interview anybody at all, please tag them and let them know that you want them to be on our show. I don't know.
Okay.
Just a thought, Spread the love. Let them know, like, hey, we would love to hear you on this show. Tell them about us.
Okay.
Maybe they'll consider.
Okay, because I mean, sometimes I'm just saying, sometimes they do know. They do know. They just maybe need a little push. Like
pushing, So you know what? If the people want to hear from them, they're gonna give what the people want. I hope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully, right? So, because like, listen, we would love to interview them. We would love to have them on the show. We would love to interview them. And and the thing is, like, as you all know, with our interviews, we ain't trying. We are not nobody's TMZ, honey. We is not trying to get up in your tea. We are not trying to get up in your tea and ask you who you dating, or doing any of that, or being like, oh, well, I heard you don't like so and so. So what's up with that? Like, when ain't nobody doing all that over here. We are trying to have fun.
Absolutely.
So, okay, we just want to have fun. So, of course, if they want to come on over, have them come over. So that we can talk to them and we can have a good time. And also, I would love to have certain people back too.
Exactly.
I would love to have certain people back.
And you know what and then to add on to what you just saying too, I love the fact that our interviews really allows you guys to get to know them better as people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that they are not the names of the characters that they play, but they are who they are. By their real names, And I mean, some of the stuff that we learned, I'm even surprised. I'm like, oh, did not think that was a thing for you, but hey, I'm here for it. So I'm sure you guys are probably thinking the exact same thing.
Exactly. Because I ain't going to hold you. There are some things that I learned, like, for example, and I would love to have this person back, Patrick David. With his star power, with the people that he knew or that he knows,
Right?
It's like this man is literally like entertainment royalty.
Yes. And we
Like
don't know
this-
how he got there.
Exactly.
No idea
Like,
how he got there.
this man has just been in the industry for years. Like, I mean, he is literally entertainment royalty. This man has met so many accomplished entertainers, been Betty White, Whitney Houston, like, I mean, just you name him, he's met him and probably worked with him. And it's like, this is insane. And to have somebody like that on Power Rangers, and especially playing a character like Psycho Red, a historic character like Psycho Red, like, and still look good. Like, come on.
Right? Oh my God. Like, there's so many people we would love to have, but actually, just in general, we would love to have everybody back who wants to come back. We would love that.
Absolutely.
Anybody that wants to come back, feel free.
Anybody that we interviewed, if you want to come back, like, we would love to have you again. Absolutely. Like, definitely, if we do have to set it up though. But I would love to have both Christopher Khayman Lee and Justin Nimmo.
Oh my God.
I would love to have those two together on the show. I would love that.
That would be something else.
That would be hilarious.
I think that'd be hilarious because you get Justin's like dry sense of humor. When I mean dry, I mean literally it is so dry, it's monotone.
It really is. And then you get like Christopher's I don't even know how to put his
wet, dirty jokes.
It's just dirty.
It's
like
dirty.
I'm like, thank God we are like a podcast that you can just say whatever on, because
it's just dirty. Like,
there would have been so many bleeps out in our interview with him. Like, we would have had to bleep out everything because he's just so raunchy, and I love it. I loved it too.
Like, it was great. Fun. It was so much
great.
Fun. He's great.
He's great.
So like, that would be a great duel to have back.
Definitely, that would be great. That would be so good to have. Like, have them.
Oh,
definitely would love to have Kat and Nakia back.
Always.
Definitely them. Definitely love to have Kristina. Absolutely. Definitely Kristina. I mean, without a doubt, I would love to have her back. Maybe we can get back Karen.
Yes.
So shoot, bring everybody back. Bring them all back.
Bring them all back. Bring them all.
Bring them all. But I would definitely. But also, I know you were saying like just kind of like step it a little bit back a little bit, because it's funny that you said that. What is one actor that you one actor that you would love to have on the show that we haven't interviewed yet?
Oh, Will, you go first.
Yoshi.
Ooh,
that's a good one.
That's a very good one.
Yoshi and his brother, or just Yoshi?
Shit, I'll take his brother too. Yeah, it's crazy. It's like the fact that they're nerds like us and they've been watching the show since they were kids too. That'd be like fun conversation.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Are you kidding?
And I would love to test their trivia, because I promise you, I feel like they would literally like kick ass.
They would probably.
I feel like they would. I feel like they would probably outdo me.
I mean, I would just sit here silently laughing, but
like they would probably literally outdo me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
They would. What about you, Brennan?
I would love to have. Honestly, you know what? Tracy Lynn Cruz.
Ooh.
I would love to have Tracy on here.
Ooh.
I would love to have Tracy on, because, honestly, I would love to find out what it was like coming in during Turbo. And because that was a particular time. That was a special time, honey. You know, and what Power Rangers was like then? Like, what was that? What was that? What was it like? What she was walking into? Because as we know on the outside, obviously, you know, as we now know, Power Rangers was, you know, about to face an unfortunate end. You know, so I would love to find out, you know, if there was anything that was happening behind the scenes that she could tell us, you know, or maybe give us some insight on, you know, what things was like at that time. And, you know, I would just love to pick her brain.
Like she might not tell you or us.
Listen, she might not tell us on the show.
True.
But, you know, she might tell us behind the scenes. Just saying.
True. I personally would love Sally Martin. I feel like she's got such a great sense of humor. I'm not sure y'all follow her on Insta, but some of the shit she be posting, I just can't. I just keep crying laughing every time I see her. At some point, she just really let go of a real sense of humor from time to time and is hilarious. Just hilarious.
Nice.
I would love to have her on. Obviously, she's quite big of an actress in New Zealand that she might not even see her little tiny email or tiny little request, but you never know.
Well, I mean, hey, you never know.
You never know.
You never know. You never know. Right? Because I mean, we got big people before. You know, we've gotten big people. So
I mean, this is true. We've gotten people that I never would have thought would even agree to do a show with us. Like, seriously, if I'm being honest, I never thought Jared Blakiston.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Nice one.
Yeah, like I genuinely would never thought he would have said yes. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I mean, it worked out really well that because we had Claire on first, he saw that Claire was already on. So
that was another one. I love that one.
I loved her. But like, I think what shook me more, even if I feel like just overall, the fact that he even saw our request and then decided to actually look into it and then said like, and he was just so amazing about it. The whole thing. He was just so generous with his time, so giving with his time, and just so suggestive too. Like just really like wanting to help us succeed, you know, like he was just so kind. Like I genuinely loved our time with him. I'm still shook to this day that he actually said yes. I don't know what enticed him to say yes. I'm not arguing with the fact. I'm just shook, you know, like
I remember he said he was like surprised to even get the offer because he hadn't gotten any.
Right, which I was even surprised. I'm like, why would you guys not like? I was even shook when he said that. I'm like, why would you not want to hear from like the dude himself who literally had the smallest role of Power Rangers, but went on to do such amazing things?
Right.
Like, are you serious? The moment I saw him in The Monkey King, I was like, yes, I need this man on my show. And then he ended up on Amazon Prime's like Netflix. No, Amazon Prime's show. I can't remember what the show was called, but whatever. Like, and then he's just doing all the great things. I'm just surprised that nobody would even consider him because he was literally one of the first people on my list. And I was floored. When I say floored, that he even said yes, my hand was shaking. And I dropped my phone when I saw this.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, am I reading this right? Like, did he actually say yes to us?
Girl, yes.
What?
Not only did he say yes, but he came through.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what?
Right? And I was even more, oh my God, I got so awkward towards the end because he was like, oh, I only have like 30 minutes with you guys. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then this man stayed on the show. Well, not stay on the show, but stay on the call for like well over an hour.
Well over an hour.
And I didn't even know what to say. Like, I want to be like, I just want to remind you that you might have something you had to get to. I don't know. just saying. Like, I appreciate it, but I feel like you're missing something. You're late for something. I don't know. I don't. All I know.
Child, I'm sitting here like, shoot, if you want to stay, you can keep talking.
I mean, I agree. I agree. But like, I'm also one of those people where I've been known to constantly keep the conversation going, even though long after, like, they're like, I need to go, like, now, like yesterday. So I try to be respectful of that. So I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm sorry. Did you have somewhere to go still? Like, if not, that's cool. You can stay. Like, I'm not kicking you off or anything, but I just want to make sure, Oh my God, I just remember thinking that because I felt so bad because I'm like, oh my God, are we keeping him? Am I keeping him? Am I talking too much? Am I rambling? I probably am rambling. That's literally my trail of thoughts.
Girl, listen, like I said, I was just happy that he was even here. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this.
Right?
And he was just like, yeah, I'm here.
I loved it. I really, truly did. He's definitely one of my most favorite interviews. Like, obviously, there's a lot of them, but at the top of my mind, if I had to pick one, that would be that one. And
okay,
love that one. What about you guys? You guys have a favorite interview that you could, like, right now, like, think of one and just like first thing that popped to your head?
Oh, first, I can tell you now, Nakia and Kat.
Okay.
By far, one of my favorites.
I really like Claire from Dino Charge. That was fun.
Nice. No, that was a really good episode too.
That was really fun.
She's such a brilliant. I feel like she's just so wise beyond her years. So wise. Just so such an old soul too,
She is. She is.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Well,
she is definitely an old soul.
Any final words before we wrap this episode up?
I think I've said everything I needed to say. I mean, honestly, yeah, just keep supporting us, guys.
Please keep supporting us. Like, we absolutely love it. Just love it. Some days I'm just so shook that we are here. We're in this position that we're able to connect with so many people around the world.
Yeah, it's I can't believe it sometimes either. It's been a lot of fun these last 3 years.
I think what's another like holy shit moment for me was when you told us that when you went to the convention you went to this past year. And you were handing out like, flyers or car flyers or posters, and people actually recognize us, our logo.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't believe that.
I was like, what? No. Oh, another favorite moment of mine is when Brennan ended up on the Hasbro show. Now that was pretty dark.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm like, yo, look at us go.
Seriously, like I would have never thought. I'm like, what? that was like, wow. That was definitely a pleasure.
Yeah.
And with that being said, everyone, thank you so much for listening to this episode. We really do appreciate it. And once again, my name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
And my name is Will.
And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.